Coordinating Commission. We have prioritized infrastructure development because it is critical to enabling and promoting economic growth. Our roads, railways, dams, power stations, transmission and distribution lines form a backbone for economic growth and also contribute to an improvement in the quality of lives of our people. Through the Presidential Infrastructure Coordinating Commission, the bulk of the state's infrastructure program is now being monitored on a quarterly basis, looking at spending levels, construction activity, jobs, and localization. Due to that intensive monitoring, we can celebrate progress. Grootvlei Power Station adds to the progress we are making with Eskom's return to service projects, which also include Camden and Komati power stations. We are pleased that this station, which was built in the late 1960s and was mothballed in 1990 due to excess power at the time, is being returned to service following the 2.7 billion rand upgrade. The reopening of Grootvlei and other build programs will help us to reverse the electricity difficulties we have been experiencing since 2007. The return to service of this power station will also contribute to easing the electricity demand requirements on the national grid by providing maintenance space for other power stations. Since the reopening of the Grootvlei Power Station also forms part of the celebrations of Eskom's 90th year anniversary, let me use this opportunity to congratulate Eskom and to reaffirm the ability of this state-owned company to continue providing reliable security of supply to the country and the continent for decades to come. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond the reopening of Grootvlei Power Station, today we also have an opportunity to celebrate significant progress that has been made nationally through the largest new power station built in South African history. We have a simultaneous construction of 3 major power stations that will bring a vast increase to the country's energy supply. Medupi Power Station in Limpopo, Kusile Power Station in Mpumalanga, Ngula Power Station on the border between KwaZulu-Natal and the Free State. And already, as we move towards marking 20 years of freedom and look back at progress made by the country, we proudly add the fact that 3,200 kilometers of new transmission power lines have been laid in the past few years to take energy to more parts of the country and ensure that rural communities increasingly have access to electricity. Just over 1 million new households were connected to electricity, with benefits to more than 4 million South Africans over the past 5 years. As a matter of interest, in the 104 years between 1892 and 1996, only 5.2 million households were connected to electricity in our country. In the 20 years of democracy, a further more than 7 million households were connected to electricity. Therefore, democracy has done more in 20 years than what colonialism and apartheid did in over 100 years. Thus demonstrating the value of freedom and democracy in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have also witnessed progress in the implementation of the Transnet plan to migrate freight values to rail. I announced in the State of the Nation address that Mpumalanga roads were being damaged by heavy coal truck volumes each day. As part of the solution, Transnet is reinstating the Grootvlei Balfour Railway Line to initially transport 3 million tons of coal per annum to the Grootvlei Power Station. We expect the first phase of the project to be completed by December this year and the second phase by April 2014. Already 9 kilometers of track have been successfully installed on this rail line, which will ultimately be 30 kilometers long. Some of us who are lucky traveled on that rail this morning. The Grootvlei Balfour line contributes to our road and rail migration plan, which is intended to protect the road network. It also makes business sense to move to rail as rail transport is cheaper. Despite this advantage, rail transportation has over the last decade declined by almost 12%, whilst road transport has almost doubled. Shifting from road to rail will also ease traffic congestion and reduce carbon emissions. To support the road to rail migration strategy, Transnet has expanded its capital expenditure budget from 110 billion rand over 5 years to 300 billion rand over the next 7 years. 2/3 of the capital budget will be spent on rail as Transnet's market demand strategy aims to significantly increase rail transportation by 2019 to 2020 and to capture 95% of the mineral mining and chrome business by 2015 to 2016. Furthermore, Transnet is buying of 1,064 locomotives, which is unprecedented in the history of this country. This process will not only provide reliable modern trains for the road to rail migration plan, it will also increase the local content in the manufacturing of these locomotives from this procurement. This assists to create local capacity and local jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hasten to add that the infrastructure program is not a standalone project. It is a long-range project that is also included in our new development plan. It also forms part of our 6 job drivers mentioned in the new growth path. The others are tourism, the green economy, manufacturing, agriculture, and mining and beneficiation. We will be opening other infrastructure projects around the country which have been completed or are nearing completion, adding to much needed services and jobs. The Grootvlei Power Station has created jobs for 3,800 people during peak operations, with 1,100 employees coming from the local community. In total, over 200 jobs would have been created over the railway project lifespan. Ladies and gentlemen, we congratulate the management and workers for the hard work and progress being made at both the Grootvlei Power Station and Grootvlei Balfour Railway project. This is indeed a sign of a country at work. It is my honor and pleasure to officially reopen Grootvlei Power Station, opened today. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you. You may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. At this point in our program, I'd like to invite to the podium the chairman of Eskom, Mr. Zolatsotsi, to hand over a gift to the president. This is a special edition of the 90 years of Eskom celebratory publication. As you know, Eskom is 90 years this year, and I'm sure you will all acknowledge it's a historic milestone. Eskom is one of the oldest power stations in Africa and among the leading power stations in the world. It's something really that we are proud of as a country. May I invite the Grootvlei Power Station team, who also have a special gift that they would like to give to the president. The Grootvlei Power Station team will also hand over a gift to the president.
Good day once more, ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask the young professional teams led by Mpumalanga to come forward to present the gift to the president? Mpumalanga and the team, please come forward. Mr. President, I need to say the gift has been a handcrafting, which was done using recycled material by the young professionals at Grootvlei. It symbolizes the power station, and these young professionals have just recently qualified. And as a gesture to you as the President of the Republic, they are giving this gift to you. And basically they're saying, Nyaulu, the President, siyabonga ukuza kwakho Grootvlei, halala President, halala.
We will have one more item of entertainment, and then I will then ask the executive mayor to give us a vote of thanks. But before that, there will be one more item of entertainment. The dancers.
Sanibonani. Kunjani? Igama nguSiphamandla kaMdlalose lana ngithi cha before kungena insizwa nezintombi zokhokho ngamabheshu wazo. Ngiqale nje mina njena lana ngithi ukuzazisa nje ukuthi obani laba bazayo. Isiyanqoba, siyaqela Mr President noma ngakubhekile ngikubhekile Mr President. Siyaqela Mr President siyisanqoba nezinye nezinye inhlelo esinazo futhi lana nama group esinawo wentsha Mr President njengoba sokhona njengembongi angifeli ngaphakathi namuhla ngithi Mr President try to make something. Please Mr President, lokho ngikuthumela kuwe straight. Ngani intsha yethu ibhema inyawupe iyenza ezinye izinto, ngani akuna ma-activities. Siyaziphusha thina singabantu ukuthi sizame nedwa ukuthi singahlali kuphela yabo elokishini. Engingakusho siyonqoba ngawe Mr President. Anginawo amaningi, amagama wami sewaqedwa isikhathi, benginamagama amaningi Mr President. Bengarecite inkondlo kuze kushona ilanga kuphuma ilanga Mr President. Angazi ukuthi iPresident uma ingangipha nje imizuzwana emibili nje ngike ngithi ukukhipha. Ngicela ukuzwa kuyi iPresident. 2 minutes. Mr President. Na baba khona.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you.
SABC News. We report, contextualize and present news and current affairs honestly, fairly and fully. We consider it a duty to provide consistent, relevant, useful and top quality information and analysis. Our mission is to provide credible, accurate and interesting news programming, bringing news into everyone's homes in everyone's languages. Thank you, South Africa, for relying on SABC News for quality news output and for making us your #1 source of information. SABC News, Africa's news leader.
The gold sector is likely to come to a standstill next week. Yesterday, another trade union, the Aviation Union of Southern Africa, accepted and signed SAA's 6.5% wage offer. The United Nations top tourism body predicts that tourists visiting Africa will triple by 2030. And Japan's biggest brewers are revamping their lineups to capture the younger generation who prefer drinks sweeter than the average pint. Ice cream flavored beer, yuck.
That's business news, weekdays at 8 p.m. on SABC News, Channel 404.
Welcome to another edition of Up Close. My name is Tapa Mutsekua. Up Close is a daily